Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Fabulosa, and in this video, I'm going to answer all of your questions. So in my previous video, I asked you all to ask me questions so that you guys get the chance to learn more about me. And in this video, I'm going to answer those questions. I have my tablet here and my previous video loaded up, and I've got all your questions. So I'm going to start answering them now. Let's get started. So my first question is from a Giselle Highland. Hi, Giselle. She asked, and I love this question, what would be your ideal date? Oh, Lord, such a good question. I haven't really put much thought into it before, but, I think my ideal date would begin with my date picking me up from my home and we get in his car and, I gauge what kind of music he likes to listen to and, we get to a salsa club because that's ideally where I would like to have my first date. And, he takes my drink order. We have a drink, we talk about each other's days, and then he grabs me and pulls me in close and we start to dance. And we do salsa and merengue and bachata and all of it. And I want him to take the lead, but also be passionate and soft. I want him to be able to have control over the dance and he lead me and twirl me and we just get really into it and we stop using our words. We don't talk. We just speak with our bodies and we are, oh God, let me take a break for a second because really I'm really getting into the moment, but we just dance the whole night away and then we go out after the club after dancing for so long and having a few drinks and we take a walk and maybe I'm wearing something a little bit sleeveless like this and he realizes that I'm a little bit cold, so he puts his jacket on over me and we walk in a park and we talk about our dreams and our ambitions and what we want out of life because that's kind of where I'm at right now is trying to figure out where I want to be and having someone to share these dreams and ambitions with I think would be such a really cool thing to do and kind of romantic in my opinion because I don't know, there's just so much to life and you want to share it with someone else and that's an aspect that I would love to share with other people is just I'm a really ambitious person and so after all that salsa dancing we walk through the park and share our ambitions and dreams and goals and where we've traveled to and where we'd like to travel and then maybe we hold hands, go back to his car, and then maybe just for a nightcap a kiss on the cheek. Maybe if his salsa's really good, I mean, who knows, but he drops me off at my apartment and then he tells me that he likes to enjoy or savor a good woman and we leave it at that and I'll decide if there's a second date, but if the date goes like that there will definitely be a second date, but I am a lady so I don't put out on the first night, so there's that. Thanks for the question, Giselle. My next question is from Clifford Shriver, and Clifford asks, how did you first start cross-dressing? I think I might have answered this question in my previous Q&A video, but to answer your question, I started in high school actually. There was it was Halloween and I was really into a certain political figure. I won't say who because it might date me a little bit, but I decided to just dress up as this figure and run around the hallways in a pencil skirt and high heels, and that's kind of how I got started. Yeah, it's a good Halloween. Now we have Ken Lowe, and Ken Lowe asks, how long have you cross-dressed and how do you look so beautiful? Okay, it's a two-parter. So to answer the first part of the question, I've been cross-dressing for quite a bit of time now, but to the extent that I've been doing it recently, I would say the last 3 to 4 years is when I've been really getting into it. And then to answer the second part of your question, good lighting. Good lighting and good makeup. That's, I guess, the best way to answer that question. Although I like to think that my beauty is natural and I don't need anything else, but good lighting, makeup, and bone structure, I guess. Now I have an Ashley Rose, and she asks, well, I already answered that question, but how do your parents start supporting you? Well, to be honest, my parents weren't always the most supportive people in my life. regarding, me wanting to dress up and be beautiful and Yoya Fabulosa. Because I remember mom telling me, boys can't be pretty, they have to be handsome. And I don't know, I was just like, is that true? Because I don't think it is. But my mom's very supportive now. She has been in a couple videos of mine actually, so check those out if you haven't already. There's a video of her doing my makeup, and there's a video of her, catching me cross-dressing. So check those out if you haven't already. I'll include them in the bio. And now we have a question from Jack Ryan, and he's asking the tough questions. The question is, how is your love life? Have you found that cross-dressing has affected any of your relationships or put a strain on a partner? Well, believe it or not, I haven't had many partners. I've only ever had one boyfriend, and he was very supportive of me wanting to dress up and look as gorgeous as I do now. So it really hasn't put any strain on any of my relationships, but my love life has been pretty non-existent, and that's because I've been moving around a lot. I was living in Boston last year, now I'm living in New York. This has been my 1 year in New York at this point. So it was my 1 year about 2 weeks ago. So I've been in New York for about a year now, and I'm working so many different jobs. I'm always doing something. I just don't have time for a relationship, although I do have a date tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. Maybe I'll tell you more about it in an upcoming video. But thanks for your question. And to follow up on that question, we've got a Jackie Shiro asking, have you ever had sex in drag? Well, I'm a lady, and I don't kiss and tell. So I won't be answering that question the way you would like me to. Sorry. Question from Chris H. Question is, well, he says, congrats. What was it like going out for the first time? Have you ever been to any cross-dressing or cross-dresser conventions? Thanks. Thank you, Chris, for your question. Going out for the first time was really scary, actually. I was terrified because it was new to me, and I was afraid of the reactions I would get. I was afraid of my mom finding out. I was afraid of being reprimanded because I was doing it in school. But it was Halloween, so I felt like I could get away with a lot of things, and I had some really supportive girlfriends who lent me their clothes and stood by me the whole time. And so overall, it was so much fun that now here I am doing it still. So to answer your question, going out the first time was liberating. It was fun, and it was exciting, and it was nerve-wracking. All of those things at once, and scary too, of course, because it's my first time. When it's the first time doing anything, I feel like naturally you're going to be worried or scared. I feel, especially with cross-dressing. But I haven't really been to any cross-dressing conventions. DragCon did happen recently, and I considered going, actually. It was happening here in New York, I think the last weekend of September, but I decided not to go because I didn't like the vendors. The vendors that they had listed, they didn't seem very exciting. Like, there weren't any, it didn't seem like there were any like corset shops or any burlesque themed items there. It was mostly just catered to gay men, and I was like, And the queens, I love the queens, and I would love to get to meet them, but the cost, and from what I've heard, the lines were really crazy, so it just didn't seem worth it to me. But I think I might be doing an anime convention soon, and there will be a lot of cross-dressers there, I'm sure. Although a lot of the cross-dressers at anime conventions and places where people cosplay are going to be women dressed up as men, so that's exciting. So next question is from Matthew Adams. Hi, Matthew. And Matthew says, dear girl, do you have a panty fetish? If yes, how bad is it, and how did it start? Okay, I'm just gonna say no, I don't have a panty fetish, although I do have very cute panties. I like to wear lace panties. Lace panties are my favorite. Alright, this question is very important because I want to clarify some things. This question comes from, I don't know, Dykelide. Sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly, but this person says, love you, thanks for your videos, please tell us how to pronounce your name properly. So my name is Yoya Fabulosa. Think Goya, but instead of the G, put a Y, and think Fabuloso, like the cleaning product, but with an A at the end. Fabulosa. Yoya Fabulosa. Although I don't mind like a more Spanish pronunciation, like Yoya, Fabulosa, that's fine too, but I like to say my name as Yoya Fabulosa. Next up is NJJ, and I know you because you have been on my channel for quite some time now, asking me lovely questions and always giving me the attention I so often need and I feel deserve. So thank you, NJ, so much for, constantly commenting on my videos. And you too, Eric. I've seen your comment on here too. You didn't really ask me a question, but both of you have been fantastic. So, if you guys want to come to New York and take me to a salsa club and show me your dancing skills, I think I might be open. But the question is, how do you like New York City? Do you plan to stay? That's a good question. I do love New York City, but it's a kind of a love-hate relationship. And I say it's a love-hate relationship because there are days where I really, really like, I can't stand New York City. And then there are days where I'm like, I love New York City. So it's kind of like a 60-40, 60% love, 40% hate. It depends on the day because there's just, New York City is so expensive and there's so many people here and so many personalities and there's just a lot happening here, for better or for worse. Like there's always cool things happening, but then I just feel like the city's overcrowded and too many people and getting on the train's like a hassle and but there's so many cool people here and there's just so many like opportunities. It's a love-hate relationship, but I'm gonna say more love than hate. And do I plan to stay? I plan on staying for another year, and then I plan on traveling. And I want to start a travel channel, so that might happen. So, stick around if you want to see me, travel the world, because that's definitely in my plans. But I wouldn't mind New York City being like my home base. I really wouldn't mind. It's just so expensive, and I don't want to have to work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. It's kind of difficult. It's very hard. So, as of now, I plan on staying here for another year, but long term, I don't know, especially because I kind of am a gypsy. I like to move around a bit, so I have to figure out where I'm going next, though. Oh, here's a fun question by Tim Peacover, or is it Peacover? Again, I'm terrible at names, but what's the creepiest comment you've ever gotten? I have gotten a lot of creepy comments. I've gotten a lot of creepy DMs. I've gotten a lot of strange messages, but I think I'm gonna give you a very inappropriate comment that I really was taken aback by, and it was on the video, my most popular video with me and my mom. My mom catches me cross-dressing, and someone said something along the lines of that they would, naughty word, they would, I didn't actually curse, I just beeped it out, but they would my mother, and then they would me. Or was it in the reverse order that they would me and then my mother? So yeah, I just felt like that was super inappropriate, especially because my mom reads the comments and she likes to comment to other people. So I was just like, why? Like, that's so rude and like, ugh. But I think even in the comment sections of this video, someone said something a little bit creepy. What was it? Oh, I mean, I'm a guy and I would let you smash me and I would smash you back. I mean, that's kind of just kind of inappropriate. I don't really like comments like that. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, honestly, what do you think is the creepiest comment in my comment section that you've seen? Because there's some silly comments, but at the end of the day, I do appreciate anyone viewing my channel and people writing me comments and taking time out of their day to, write me something, I guess. I just wish that, most times would be more appropriate. Next question is from Chandler Bing, and they ask, "Hi Yoya, how to go about voice training for a feminine pitch? Speak softer. Try to not project too much, but also, wow, I really haven't ever really had voice training, and I'm glad that you think my voice is very feminine because that's great to hear. There are some YouTube videos that go over like pitch training and coaching for how to make your voice more feminine. They're free, so I would recommend going and looking at those resources. I once had a roommate who was transitioning, and I remember her. I remember her doing some voice practices where she would make a sound and it would be consistent. So I guess do that. All right, so Theodore Pulowski has a couple questions and I'm going to answer all of them. How did you learn to move and behave that good? How did you reveal your secret to your family? Do you generally like tights or pantyhose? Yes, I love tights and pantyhose, so I'm just going to answer that one right now. I hope it's not too much for one comment. If it is, maybe you could choose one of them. Oh, I'll answer all of them. Love your videos, the most feminine girl on YouTube. Thank you, Theodore. So I do like tights and pantyhose. I'm wearing them now. Even though you can't see them, I am wearing them. How did I learn to move and behave that good? I'm assuming you mean like feminine. Watch old Hollywood movies. Watch, find a female role model that you really enjoy and study her movements. Study how she speaks. Study how she moves. Study how she reacts to certain scenarios, and then go from there. And then the next question he asked was, how did you reveal your secret to your family? I just straight up told my mom and my brother. I was like, this is something that I do, and mom wasn't too happy about that, and originally she wasn't happy about it, but she's grown to support me, and now we do YouTube videos together. Actually, we have to do another video soon because we haven't done a video in over a year now at this point. So hopefully, maybe we'll get together for Thanksgiving. But my father actually found out because he found pictures of me in my computer, or he lent me a computer and I had some photos of me on there, and he found out, and then he like broadcasted it to the rest of the family. So wasn't my secret to tell him. He just found out and shared it with everyone. So me and my father don't have the best relationship. Hashtag daddy issues. Oh, as I scrolled through these comments, someone just said, I am straight, but I flapped for this. It's kind of creepy. So Tony Tong asks me, Yoya, do you wish you were born a girl? By the way, I love you. It's a sweet comment. No, I don't wish I was born a girl, because regardless of whether or not I was born a girl or born a boy, I would still be the lady you see before you. So does it really make a difference? Stead Hand asks how many inches. I'm not sure what he means by that. What do you mean, how many inches? Like my heels? Typically I wear about 4-inch heels. But I have been known to wear a kitten heel now and then, especially when I like to dance, because sometimes dancing in a smaller heel is a little bit easier. So hope I answered your question. So the next question is from Ronaldo K. Hope I'm saying that right. Please let me know if I am or if I'm not. And also, please let me know if in your thumbnail, if that picture is you, because you are very much my type. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. I have multiple types, but you definitely fit the bill there. Anyways, your question is, what is the funniest thing that happened to you? I want to see you smile. That's so sweet. This is the funniest thing that ever happened to me is you asking this question, because now I'm smiling. No, this was actually a really good question. I actually had to pause my video and think about it, and I couldn't really think of anything other than this one time at a wedding, and this is actually more embarrassing, but it was a wedding of a friend, and her family was very conservative, and just very, like, a lot older. They were from the South, and she was having her wedding in, I believe it was in Vermont, and I had a bit too much to drink, because it's a wedding. Everyone drinks at weddings, right? And I remember Beyonce coming on, and all of her older family members like formed a circle, and they were kind of like, they weren't really dancing, but they were watching people dance in the circle, I guess. But no one was really dancing in the circle, so they were just in a circle. It was just weird. I don't remember the situation all that well, but I remember Beyonce song came on, and I just got in the middle of the circle, and I just started dancing, and everyone was like, woohoo! And then I kind of did a split, and everybody was like, what the heck is happening here? And everyone just looked at me, and it was kind of really awkward because, I just feel like they didn't really accept me for who I am, or rather they just were confused by me. And so, yeah, me just running in the circle and kind of like dancing for a second and then bam, split. That was like, what is going on here? And after that, the split, well, it wasn't really a split, it was like a half split. It was an embarrassing split. It was just weird. the bride, my friend, was like, woohoo! She was super excited about it, but I was like, oh my god, know your audience. I got up and I went to the back of the room and I took a seat and I was like, yeah, let me cool down for a bit. It's so embarrassing. So yeah, I hope that yeah, that was like the funniest thing that ever happened to me that I can think of at the moment. Yeah, that was really embarrassing. Don't drink too much at weddings unless you're prepared to be embarrassed. Here's another question, and I'm not even gonna bother pronounce this. Oh, let me try actually. Bahulithic method? Not sure what that means. Please elaborate. Their question is, do you prefer erotica to porn, fiction mania, or Pornhub? I'm a lady, so I won't give you a direct answer, but I'm not really into fiction, I guess. Although I heard that 50 Shades of Grey is really popular and a lot of women like it. I'm not sure I'm into it, but I haven't really read anything that was really good. So if you could recommend something for me, maybe I can give you a better answer next time. And the final question is from Sam Smith. And the question is, can I call you? You can call me Yoya Fabulosa. And that's a great way to end the video. Because as always, I am Yoya Fabulosa. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you all for your questions. I really enjoy answering your questions. And please, by all means, send me more so I can answer them in upcoming videos. I think with Halloween coming around, it's so close. It's like almost 2 weeks away. I'm gonna make a Halloween costume. So maybe for my next question, I'm gonna ask you all, what would you all like to see me be for Halloween? A witch, maybe? I was a witch 2 years ago, but well, I'm actually a witch. I'm naturally a witch. I have magical powers of beauty and divineness, or so I think. But what do you guys think I should be for Halloween? Put it in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, do so now. I'd really appreciate it. As always, I'm Yoya Fabulosa. Thank you all for watching.